everyone. Good evening, respected speaker of the day, Dr. C.P. Johnson, Senior Director of C-DAC Mumbai, Training and Placement Officer, Davinder Singh Sir, faculties of C-DAC Juhu and Khargar, and my beloved batchmates, the trendsetters. I'm Purva Joshi, and I welcome all of you to a very interesting event at Katta. Till now, we had series of industry talk with great personalities and got valuable tips regarding technical topics and recent technologies. Let's take another step in interview process and learn more about HR aspects. And for this, today we are having an amazing and beautiful person with us. I hope all of you are doing great and very excited about exploring another dimension of interviews. So let's put on the headphones intact, sit in most comfortable position and indulge into the knowledge of the speaker. I'm profoundly delighted to take this opportunity to introduce the speaker of the evening. This wonderful personality has been a corporate strategic professional with over 20 years of experience in corporate strategy and business development. She's currently working as Vice President Strategic HR in Gold Star Jewelry Private Limited. She's known for delivering innovative marketing concepts and strategies, and also demonstrated her abilities in communication, image and brand training, growing and managing associates, customer and employee relationship also. She has done MBA with dual specialization in marketing and international trade from Symbiosis Institute of Management Studies. She has won gold medal in MBA Human Resource. She has mentored students from Indian Institute of Gem and Jewelry and also students of Kalinga University, making them future ready to face the corporate world. Wow, that's making me more and more curious to know about this speaker, isn't it? Yes. So today she will be sharing her pitching techniques like how to deal with HR interviews, how to tackle critical HR questions and other things which will help us to stay on the top of the game. So my dear trendsetters, please allow me to pass on the spotlight to today's speaker of the evening, Dr. Soumya Badgayan. We welcome you, ma'am, and the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Purva. That was a beautiful introduction, and for the first time, the correct introduction, because बहुत बार लोग बहुत चीजें भूल जाते. So thank you, darling. You did a fab job.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome. So, well, I guess you guys have been through a series of, of questions in your mind as to what does HR do and HR का काम क्या होता है, भाई ये करते क्या हैं, and interview process कैसा होता है. So, so nowadays we are seeing the interviews being shifted into another dimension, and which is now away from the physical world into the virtual world. Physical world बड़े मजे की चीज होती थी. We could see everything. So body language mattered a lot. You know, a communication style mattered a lot. Time constraint नहीं होता था because Zoom आपको बोलता भाई 40 मिनट में बंद कर दो. We have others, correct? So ये नहीं होता था. And also the first impressions used to really matter. The technical rounds were something that would be on the premises as opposed to off the premises as of now. So the gauging of a candidate has always been difficult. It is very difficult to gauge someone in those 20, 30 minutes of interaction. Though we have first round and second round and then third round, in the first round, it is usually a cursory sifting round, which happens when we are sifting the CVs. The second round happens when we are actually gauging the behavioral pattern of an individual. The third round is the technical round where the departmental HOD comes into play. Now, how do we gauge what does an organization need? Correct? So what happens is that an organization, we all know, has an organogram. In an organogram, you also have departmental structures. In those departmental structures, it is very important for the organization to do the gap analysis. This gap analysis is based on two prongs. One is the position, and second is the skill sets required. So the job of a true HR is to future-proof the organization, which is I'm getting the skills of tomorrow today and making them walk through the journey so that when the organization is ready, my skill sets are ready to deliver as of tomorrow, right? So that is what is the fun of being in HR, correct? Now, when we are interviewing you or when we are interviewing anyone, चाहे मैं खुद भी क्यों ना इंटरव्यू के लिए जाऊं, बहुत मजा आती है जब आप में से कई लोग अभी कुछ हुआ, you know, when I saw Rituja कुछ बोली, you know, mummy, and then something she said in Marathi, and then you know, Prachi was like, ये क्या हो रहा है, correct? So this happens, ये होता है. And Devinder ji made a beautiful statement. अरे मैम आप 15 मिनट पहले आ गए. Okay, and I said yes, I want to be ready because I want to test all the microphones. अब होता है ये अमूमन आप ऑलरेडी एक जॉब में होते हैं या आप किसी क्लास में होते हैं, उसी वक्त इंटरव्यू फिक्स हो जाता है और आप फटाफट हेडफोन करते हैं, एक कोना ढूंढते हैं कि भाई कहीं पर अगर आप कैंपस में हैं तो आप एक कोना ढूंढेंगे, नहीं तो देवेंद्र जी आपको एक अच्छा सा रूम दे देंगे, क्योंकि प्लेस कॉम्स का यही काम होता है कि भाई आपको एक यू नो इजीली ऑपरेबल स्पेस दे दिया जाए, व्हिच इज योर पर्सनल स्पेस. If you're working out of an office, then what happens is आपको सबसे छुपाना होता है, किसी को पता चल गया तो ये वाली जॉब भी गई, करेक्ट? सेकंड आपको क्या करना होता है, you have to get a Wi-Fi free or a Wi-Fi zone, नहीं तो आईटी को पता चलता है भाई किसी ने लॉगिन करके किसी और कंपनी को कॉल किया, करेक्ट? So what happens in these scenarios is it's always advisable you take a day off. Please conduct that interview from your residence where you're much at peace, you won't be disturbed. First thumb rule. See? Second rule.
Sorry for the inconvenience, it happens. Please continue.
I'm just okay with it. I'm just enjoying when it happens like this. अभी थोड़ी देर बाद आपको हमारे यहाँ से भी, I have a dog and it'll start snoring, yeah. So you will get to hear that as well. So ये work from home के ये कुछ एक मजेदार you know आयाम होते हैं. So anyway, so when we are doing all of this and when we are discussing things, it so happens कि कई बार हम घर से बड़े casual हो जाते हैं. Okay. Purva has put in a very good virtual background. Purva, is that a virtual background, beta?
Yes, ma'am, it is a virtual background.
So she's put a very nice virtual background. So if you've got a chipped wall, my is a natural background, but if you've got a chipped wall, या आप bedroom से login कर रहे हैं, या आप कहीं ऐसी जगह से login कर रहे हैं जो उतनी presentable नहीं है, please use a virtual background. It's very important. Boys hostel, I don't want to see nudes. It happens. I have been caught like that. You know, suddenly camera mein bhai kya ho gaya? Second, okay, most of us have a habit of doing this, you know, aa rahi hogi wo lene ke liye. You know, HRs पहले से login करके कैमरा बंद करके आपको observe कर रहे हैं, आपको लग रहा है कि वो देख नहीं रहे. Correct? This is very important. The moment the camera is on, you are on. You cannot take it lightly. So don't do this, you know, don't do any sort of pattern. Don't pick your nose, don't do anything, don't yawn. Don't do all of that. Okay? It sets a wrong impression. Third, your grooming. Okay? You have to understand that you have to take this very seriously. The grooming means how you're presenting yourself. Correct? अगर आप खुद को अच्छे से नहीं present कर रहे हैं, and grooming has got nothing to do with how you look. Looks भगवान की देन होती है, पर आप खुद को किस तरीके से present कर रहे हैं, ये आपके ऊपर है. Correct? So हम ये नहीं देखना चाह रहे हैं. So what does grooming has to do with what HR expectation is? अगर आप खुद को अच्छे से संभाल पा रहे हैं तो आप काम को भी उतनी ही seriously and उतने ही अच्छे से संभालेंगे. That is a subconscious study or a read that we do about an individual. Are colored hair okay? Of course it is okay. You can color your hair. Okay. Can I keep a beard? Yes, you can keep a beard. As long as it is groomed. अब यहाँ से टूं से एक बाल कहीं और भाग रहा है, वैसे मत कीजिए. Groom it better. You know, be what you want to be. Okay. Sometimes I've also seen people who come up on the screen with crumpled shirt, as though they're just woken up, you know, from the bed and have just come and, you know, just sat for this particular thing. Correct? You can't do this. So grooming is very important. Second is, or the third is that how much of an interest are you showing in it? Sometimes we get candidates who are overzealous. हमको सब पता है, तुम क्या हमारा इंटरव्यू लोगे? ये उनके एटीट्यूड में आता है. ओके? अरे वो एचआर वाले को कुछ पता नहीं था यार, पता नहीं क्या पूछ रही थी, अरे किसी को भी भेज दिया था हमने. ये होता है. And when this happens, what it leads to is something very different. Correct? When you lose your interest, or when you become supremely or overconfident, then you will lose your focus, because focus then is not external, the focus becomes internal on yourself. And then वो सामने वाला क्वेश्चन जो पूछ रहा है, your answers will not collaborate to that. It will not coincide. It will not come in sync. That's very important. Very important for you to know what is being asked. Fourth, आप confused हो गए, आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, seek clarification. आप बिल्कुल पूछिए कि I'm sorry, I did not get your question. Could you please ask it again, or could you please repeat it? Sometimes it also happens that conjoined questions पूछते हैं, मतलब एक question में एक question का you know serial number 1 होता है, but उसमें actually question के अंदर sub question भी होता है. So you answer the main question, write down and answer the second question as well. And if you've unable to, क्योंकि हम आंसर देते देते कई बार हमारा लिंक टूट जाता है, you ask, please can you repeat the second part of the question, and then again the person will repeat. Fifth, be humble. Be inquisitive but be humble. Humble का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि आप subordinate कर जाएं और आप बोले कि हे भगवान मुझे जॉब दे दे, ना ना, ये नहीं होता है. Humble का मतलब होता है that you are supposed to be very much in your element, yet you are very graceful in whatever is being given to you. अब types of interviews भी होते हैं बच्चों. Okay, एक personal interview होता है, one-on-one interaction होता है. Second होता है, which is very structured. Okay, so there will be an opening statement, they will give you a brief of what is expected out of you, and उससे ही related आपको बातें करते जाएंगे. अब जैसे कि दविंदर जी ने जब हम लोग चालू हुए तो उन्होंने बोला the bomb is going to go off. अभी यूक्रेन रशिया का इतना चल रहा है, मेरे दिमाग में बॉम्ब मतलब मेरे को लगा हे राम किधर कौन से टेबल के नीचे जाओ. So what it means is that because of the externals, we get into selective hearing. I selected one word and I heard that और उसके ऊपर मैंने अपनी story बना ली. But what he meant was that the program is scheduled to start. But आप लोग used to हैं उनकी language से, तो that was okay for you. For me, I was like, हे राम किधर बॉम्ब फूटा यार, अभी तो इन लोग बोल रहे हैं कि हम बातचीत करके सब solve कर लेंगे. Correct? So selective hearing mat kijiye. You have to be in that mode. You have to be in that particular, you know, particular way or particular frame or in that zone. जोन आउट मत होइए, बिल्कुल भी जोन आउट मत होइए। फिफ्थ और सिक्स्थ इफ आई कैन से, बायसेस मत क्रिएट कीजिए, सामने वाला कैसा भी दिखे, ओके आप बायसेस मत क्रिएट कीजिए। सो कमिंग बैक टू द द टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरव्यूज, तो एक मैंने आपको स्ट्रक्चर्ड बता दिया, दूसरा होता है अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड इंटरव्यू। अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड इंटरव्यू में क्या होता है कि मैं आपको पहले बोलूंगी हाय पूर्वा हाउ आर यू, या हाय स्नेहल हाउ आर यू डार्लिंग, लेट्स टॉक, एंड घर में सब ठीक है, एवरीथिंग ओके, होप कोविड डिड नॉट was bearable for your family and nothing bad happened at your end. So we're striking a conversation. Okay, what is the HR trying to gauge in this? Your personality again, है ना, कि भाई and if there was a crisis and unfortunately अगर कुछ हो गया है आपके घर में, बहुत बड़ी दुर्घटना, तो आपने उस चीज से कैसे डील किया। So that is also showing me your ability to stand or withstand stress. Stress तो भाई part and parcel of the life है, no one can take it away, correct? And also very important is जब हम senior management में आप आ जाएंगे तब हम आपको stress interview कराते हैं। Stress interview में we ask you question which will make you climb the wall and jump out of the ship. Okay, stress interview is like you will never see me smile, बिल्कुल भी आप मेरे स्माइल नहीं देखेंगे, आप जो भी बोलेंगे I will have a contradiction to it, to the point that I will rile you up. Rile you मतलब I will irritate you to the level that you fumble, you may throw your pen at me, and that's what I am gauging कि आप कितना काम रह सकते हैं। ग्रुप डिस्कशंस होते हैं, ग्रुप इंटरव्यूज होता है, उसमें we seek out the leader. Now leader is not the one who answers first. जीडी में ये कभी नहीं होता है कि लीडर इज द वन हु आंसर्स फर्स्ट। हमें ये सिखाया जाता है कि भाई पहले पहले आंसर कर दो तो तुम्हें ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स मिल जाएंगे, पर आपने अगर रेलेवेंट आंसर नहीं किया बच्चों तो ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स नहीं मिलेंगे आपको। सो यू हैव टू हैव दैट ब्राउनी पॉइंट ओनली विथ अ वेरी सॉलिड डेटा बैक्ड आंसर, ओके। एंड वहां पर आप थोड़ी बहुत झोल कर सकते हैं, किसी को नहीं पता इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन क्या है 1 बिलियन इतने इतने 47 करोड़ 86,987। आप एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस से बोलिए, सामने वाला बाय इन कर लेगा। No one is going to go, अरे हर कंट्री में 5 मिनट में एक बच्चा पैदा हो रहा है यार कौन देखने जा रहा है व्हाट इज द लास्ट डिजिट। बट इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन 1 लाख बोल दोगे तो जरूर सब क्वेश्चन करेंगे कि भाई ये क्या हो गया। सो बट अगर आप थोड़ा सा फेंक भी रहे हैं ना तो उसे थोड़ा सा कंजर्वेटिवली फेंकिए, जितना आप उसको वैलिडेट कर पाए। Not that I'm endorsing this. Please do not lie. If you lie in your CV, you will get caught. So I'll tell you what happened. There's an incident that happened in our organization. ये बंदा भी HR में था। बहुत वो ऐसी इंग्लिश बोलते थे वो कि आप तो भाई एकदम we were all floored. फोन उठा के वो बोलते थे Hello, HR of Gold Star, how may I help you? आय हाय HR हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाले, हेलो क्या है तेरे को काम, ऐसा बोलने वालों को सडनली कोई ऐसा बोल दे, बाप रे। We were all so happy. Image, क्या इमेज बन रही है। बट कुछ तो था जो हमारे compliance officer जो थे जो हैं, she felt that there is something which is not right. And she said मुझे कुछ ठीक नहीं लग रहा है। अब क्या ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, no one could actually peg। सारे सर्टिफिकेशंस इन प्लेस है, एक्सपीरियंस के हिसाब से वो काम भी कर पा रहे हैं, there was nothing, but somewhere whenever we used to talk about the institute the person used to fumble and we were like ये क्या हो रहा है। Then what my officer said, she walked up to me and she said that ma'am, what do you think if I, call up Symbiosis? I said, I passed out in 99, man. Okay, so yeah, I have connections there, but it's your job. You can go and you can ask. And Symbiosis bhi na aajkal bahut sare ho gaye. So I said, you can go and ask. So she said, okay. She dialed. हमारे रिकॉर्ड्स में ऐसा नहीं, उनकी एक कॉमन रिपोजिटरी है. So they said, हमारे रिकॉर्ड्स में ये बंदा है ही नहीं. I called that person. I said, ये सर्टिफिकेट विद सिम्बियोसिस लिखा हुआ आया कहाँ से आपके पास? So he befriended someone from Symbiosis. He got the letterhead and got his entire mark sheet printed on it with an endorsement that he is an ex-symbiote. हमारे यहाँ से तो जॉब पे गए, बट आगे उन्होंने अपने लिए बहुत बड़ी मुश्किलात खड़ी कर ली. So never do this. Never ever, no matter how much tempting it would be. फज मत कीजिएगा कोई भी डिटेल्स. अगर आपके सीवी में गैप है, yes, there is a gap because there was a reason for the gap. Probably for women, ये हो सकता है कि आपके husband कहीं shift हुए, settle होने में you were the backbone of the family. Please say that. Pregnancy के कारण break आया. For males, हो सकता है you're exploring something else in life. And इसलिए आपने break ले लिया. And that exploration could be because of education, because you want to explore the world, you want to do multiple things. बिल्कुल कीजिए. But उसको रहने दीजिए आपके सीवी में. Don't try to hide it with data. Never hide. Okay? So that is also very important for you. अब आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए जब बुलाया जाता है, don't just go with your CV. थोड़ा पता भी तो कीजिए किसने आपको बुलाया है ना. अगर आपको कोई खाने पे बुलाते हैं, आपके फ्रेंड्स, आपकी मदर पूछती है ना घर में कौन कौन है, पूछते हैं कि नहीं, किससे मिलने जा रहे हैं, कौन कौन है. Oh, don't interfere, mom, this is my life. ये भी हो सकता है. But why is your mom asking? Only to know कि भाई बच्चे कहाँ जा रहे हैं. आप मजे करिए, उसमें तो मजा है. That's the part that we as parents love to see you grow. है ना. So ये पता कीजिए कि वो कंपनी कैसी है. उसके कुछ तरीके हैं. एक है कि आप लिंक्डइन पे जाइए. मैं ग्लासडोर इसलिए नहीं प्रेफर करती हूँ क्योंकि वहां पर बहुत सारे डिसग्रंटल्ड एम्प्लॉयज आते हैं और बहुत सारी झूठ बातें भी लिखी जाती हैं ग्लासडोर पे. सो I would say that get into the LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn में you will know companies' activities and you will understand the degree of employee engagement activities they do. The more the organization is employee focused, the better chances of your growth. Second, आपके alumni network में बात कीजिए. Okay. They will give you an honest opinion. They will tell you, अच्छा ये ऐसा ऐसा है. Alumni is very important. Facebook पे जाइए, देखिए कि क्या हो रहा है ना. So एक तरफ डिजिटल वर्ल्ड का एक्सप्लोरेशन रखिए और एक तरफ फिजिकल वर्ल्ड का, and then make your valid judgments. Okay? And when an interviewer asks you, do you have or do you want to ask me anything? अगर आपके पास genuinely कुछ नहीं है तो ठीक है, पर कुछ है तो उसे दबा के घर मत आ जाइए, पूछ के आइए. Okay, what would be the duty timings? Is there a flexi timing? आपका CTC component कैसे हैं? What is expected out of me? If I get selected, will this be a project-based selection or will this be a permanent? Am I to be made to sit on the bench or would I be integrated in the system? Where will the postings be? ये हक है आपका. पूछिए, शर्माइए मत. What are the leave policy for girls, for millennials? Okay, in my organization, we have introduced certain beautiful policies. One of them is sabbatical. Now, what does sabbatical mean? That you allowed to take, if you've spent 3 to 5 years with us, we allow to give you 2 years off. You will still be part of my system. आपका mediclaim चलता रहेगा. सिर्फ पे नहीं होगी आपकी, but you are allowed to explore. Now, अगर आप senior executive grade पे हैं, and if you decide कि भाई मुझे sabbatical leave लेनी है, we will slide you back after 2 years in senior executive grade with the same salary or the salary of senior executive grade, which is going on at that point. Explore the world. पढ़ाई कीजिए, मजे कीजिए 2 साल. We are giving you that freedom. Second leave that we have introduced is the bereavement leave. Okay, which is during किसी के घर में अगर कोई गमी हो जाती है, some death happens, so we will not deduct it from your PLs. We will give it to you. It is over and above your PLs. The third is maternity leave, but we have upped it. आज हमने ये देखा कि Gen Z, millennials, they want to get married, but they don't want necessarily to have kids. But how they are satisfying their maternal instinct is by keeping pets with them. So we're giving them pet paternity leave for 15 days. If you have got a pet in your house and you are a new pet parent, we will give you and your pet 15 days time to adjust to each other. Correct? So these are few of the things that we have done. I'm not even getting into the period leaves and all that because ये तो आजकल बहुत common हो गया. Another very important thing for all of you all is how much are you inclined to adapt the diversity and inclusion? In my organization, recently, I fought for the rights of trans men and trans women because they have to undergo a corrective surgery, correct? A trans man is a male trapped inside a female body. So उनको transition में जाना होता है physically also. जो insurance agencies हैं, they recognize it as cosmetic surgery, correct? But I fought and I think India may it has happened for the first time that it is now changed as reconstructive surgery. उन्होंने उनका नाम change किया and they are now part of the group Mediclaim. Otherwise, आपकी cosmetic surgery में आपको claims नहीं pass होते. Are you willing to do this? So what did I do? Are you willing to be the change agent? एक cause पकड़िए and change लाइए. तो इंटरव्यू के दौरान ये भी हम देखते हैं आप में फायर कितना है. Can you be that change? मुझे कंपनी में चेंज लाना है, बदलाव लाना है. In this very system, how can you contribute towards the progress of the organization? Correct? So these are the small pointers that I would love to give you. तो मैंने आपको grooming बताया, मैंने आपको कैसे आप present करेंगे वो बताया, मैंने आपको research करना बताया कि please research on the company that has called you for the interview. I've asked you to get into the skin of the interview. I've talked to you about the types of interview techniques that they will be using. Correct? And also, ये सब में आप खुद को कहाँ पाएंगे. Correct? So हम Q&A ले लें हम इसके साथ. Devinder ji, is it okay if we take Q&A?
Yes, very much. I was so indulged. I thought it should go on and on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I have with us Dr. C.P. Johnson.
Ji.
I hope you haven't met him, right?
Yes, I have met him.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
great.
Johnson, कैसे हैं आप? My regards to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so wonderful and nice to. I really wanted to attend the session, so I'm actually busy doing something else. So
I understand, sir. I understand.
I had to submit something now, but I really wanted to attend because I've heard a lot about you from Davinder, Sudha, and the previous students, the sessions that you conducted. And it's really worth the time I'm sitting here with you now.
Thank you, sir.
Really nice.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
So thank you for joining, having a like heavy schedule. Okay, continue for. So, ma'am, आपने इतना कुछ बताया ना. Now I am worried little that if Gold Star recruits from our campus, all these 255 would like to join your organization.
I would love to have it क्योंकि हम इतना ज़्यादा expand करना चाह रहे हैं.
We had, so students, for your information, in 2018 we had Gold Star in our campus process. They recruited 6 students, and out of those 2 are still working there.
Yes.
Yeah. I still remember Shiv Pratap Chauhan was one of the recruit from our center here in Mumbai. Yeah. So taking this particular thing forward, now, as I told you in the beginning that this show is completely taken care and driven by students, I request Snehal Lale to come forward and continue with the QA part.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And good evening, all. This is Snehal Anil Lale, your today's host for the question answer session. And today I actually come to know about what is the definition of HR and what they secretly observe. And ma'am, I'm really amazed to listen the leave policy. So I would really like to join you. Yes, ma'am.
Snehal, one thing, Dr. Soumya, I would like to tell you that out of these 255, we have a good number of people, girls, those who are married and even having a baby.
Awesome.
So they are pursuing this course, and this is the first batch, I think. So I'm having more than double-digit people with married status and having baby.
Superb.
Yeah.
Superb.
Snehal, please continue.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Tell me, Snehal.
Yes, ma'am. So the first question will be asked by my friend Prashant. Prashant?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Prashant.
Good evening, ma'am. My question is to what approach should we keep when interviewer asks question related to field change? Like many of the students came from IT, non-IT background, so and switch their career into IT industry. So what approach should we keep when interacting?
So ये बड़ा common सा होता है कि people ask this question a lot, Prashant, कि I am some, I was in sales and I did this and that, and now I want to change. See, I was a hardcore salesperson for 15 years. Okay. And then I transitioned into HR.
Okay.
As long as you can validate your reason. So first is that if you are, say, a civil engineer, and you are moving into, say, an IT background, तो वो पूछ सकते हैं आपसे कि भाई civil engineering करके आप IT में क्यों आए हैं? So you can always say, sir, during my course, I explored the IT and I found my calling in IT, and hence I want to pursue my career in IT. My civil background or my engineering background, civil was my specialization and it is one of the core. है ना आपके electrical, mechanical, civil ये सब core होते हैं, right? So that was my core and it has set my foundation. But I, as a person, would like to explore more. And this opportunity is something that if you are willing to explore with me, I would love to join hands with you. So you've also done what? You've made them participant in your decision. तो कोई भी आदमी का जब आप हाथ पकड़ते हैं ना बेटा, तो वो हाथ छोड़ना नहीं चाहता है आपका.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? So make them participant in your way, and वो थोड़ा सा आपको mold करना पड़ता है ना?
Yeah.
So you can say that, and third, you can say that probably the opportunities that I see as a career transition are more, and you be very honest and very objective about it. क्योंकि इंडिया में सिविल का काम बड़ा कम होता है, बराबर? ये तो हम मानते हैं, है ना? So आप ये बोल सकते हैं कि opportunities are more in the IT sector, and I definitely would like to explore given a chance.
Okay, ma'am.
Have I answered you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, ma'am. I think more doubts have been cleared to this.
Sure.
Yes. So next question is coming from Ayush Singh, who wants to clear some of its doubts.
Sure.
So yes, Ayush.
Yeah. Thank you, Snehal. And good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Ayush.
Ma'am, I think you already have given some points of my questions, but still I want to ask this question. Ma'am, being a technical student, sometimes it comes in our mind, if we will clear the technical interview, then clearing the HR interview will not be much difficult. So my question is, what are the major points which provoke you to reject or disqualify a student in HR interview even after he has been selected in technical interview?
तो आपने छन्नी देखी है घर में?
या मैम।
छन्नी से हम क्या करते हैं?
फिल्टरिंग छानते हैं।
फिल्टर, परफेक्ट वर्ड आपने यूज किया, हम फिल्टर करते हैं, करेक्ट? सो बेटा ये होता है कि एप्लीकेंट्स होते हैं which is like 50 and positions होती है 2. Okay, so this is like a marriage. हम अरेंज मैरिज की बात कर रहे हैं, लव मैरिज की। अरेंज मैरिज में क्या होता है, when two people want to get married, तो parents usually in the Indian system, especially if you're Hindu, then they would match the horoscopes.
Yeah.
Horoscope match करने का मतलब क्या है? Person profile match. बराबर?
Yeah.
The same thing happens during an interview. अब हम वो पर्सन, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि जिन लड़कियों की पिक्चर्स आई थी या जिन लड़कों के फोटोग्राफ्स आए थे या जिनकी कुंडलियां आई थी, हम उसमें क्या देखते हैं, किसके गुण सबसे ज्यादा मिल रहे हैं। नाड़ी दोष तो नहीं है, ये तो नहीं है, मांगलिक तो नहीं है। We see that too.
Yeah.
The same thing HR sees in the CV. Correct?
Okay.
तो उसकी बेसिस पे then we pick out. अब इसमें हम compatibility factor देखते हैं। The compatibility factor meaning that when I get X person, अब दोनों के qualification same है, दोनों एक ही जैसे हैं, दोनों के answers भी same है. Now who do we choose? So we choose the person who is more compatible and compilable with the organization. ये absolutely एक क्या बोलना चाहिए, it is kind of a roulette that we play. हम दांव लगाते हैं कैंडिडेट पे, जरूरी नहीं है हमारा हर दांव सही हो, पर हम कोशिश ये करते हैं टू गेट द बेस्ट। अगर आपके साथ ऐसा होता है और आप लास्ट राउंड में जाके आपको एक रिग्रेट लेटर मिल जाता है, रिमेंबर रिजेक्शन इज रीडायरेक्शन, यू आर बीइंग रीडायरेक्टेड टू समथिंग बेटर। ओके, लड़का ने लड़की को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, ये नहीं सही है। सच ये है कि शायद आपका फिट कहीं और ज्यादा बेटर है, यहाँ पर नहीं है। So this is something that you need to understand very well. उसमें मायूस होने की जरूरत नहीं है ना?
Yeah.
So that is something, and usually it happens because कहीं पर compatibility factor between the organization and the individual is higher with someone and lesser to with someone else. ये mostly behavioral patterns, psychometric tests, ये सब के scores पे हम decide करते हैं.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you,
Have
ma'am.
I answered you?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Welcome, Ayush.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ayush. I think due to this example of marriage, the thought gets very cleared. Yes. So the next question asked by Pradnya, who believe in speaking clear and frank. Pradnya?
Yes.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Pradnya. Good evening.
Being a fresher, I had a question.
Sure.
What is expected out of a fresher in an HR interview?
Nothing but the attitude to learn. Okay? हम सिर्फ ये देखना चाहते हैं कि आप learn कितना करते हैं. कई बार ये होता है प्रज्ञा, and I wouldn't say that today's generation, but हर generation ने अपनी next generation को rebel ही माना है. ये एक हमारे दिमाग में एक क्लीशे बन गया है, करेक्ट? तो ये हो जाता है कि अगर हमने ये देखा कि भाई लर्नेबिलिटी फैक्टर कम है, या द पर्सन हैज दिस एटीट्यूड कि भाई मेरे को तो यही मांगता है, मेरे को फेसबुक चाहिए, आपके ऑफिस में मुझे फेसबुक देखना है, विदाउट फेसबुक आई फील वेरी लॉस्ट बिकॉज माई लाइफ इज ओनली ऑन थम्स अप्स एंड थम्स डाउन, करेक्ट? अगर इस तरीके की चीजें हम देखते हैं तो डेफिनेटली फिर बेटा ये हो जाता है कि हमारे लिए भी डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है किसी को भी अपने साथ रखना. However, if the attitude is there, yes, I want to learn, I want to seek, I want to explore, आप मुझे कितना सिखा सकते हैं, वेलकम ऑन बोर्ड यार, कोई भी लेगा आपको. ओके सो फ्रेशर्स में हम सिर्फ एटीट्यूड देखते हैं, बिकॉज हम भी फ्रेशर थे, हमने थोड़ी ना कुछ सीखा था, हम तो एक और हेलो लेके आए थे, पता है आपको, जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री में हम तो MBA थे, तो उन्हें लगता था कि भैया सब चीज तो ये मम्मा के पेट से ही सीख के आए हैं। तो अब वहां पर हुआ ये कि it was a curse man, and वहां पर हुआ ये कि कैरेट, ओके तो अब हम बोला कैरेट गाजर, गाजर का क्या करते हैं यार, अब वहां पर कैरेट गाजर हो सकती है, कैरेट गोल्ड कैरेट हो सकता है which is with C, and diamond, I mean you know which is with K, and diamond carrot which is with C। अब आप बताइए, आपने जिंदगी में कभी कैरेट नहीं सुना, तो यहाँ पर कैरेट, आपने कैरेट हमेशा एक कैरेट है ना, आंखों के लिए बड़ा अच्छा होता है, रोज गाजर का जूस पियो, गाजर का हलवा खाओ, किसे पता कैरेट ही होता है। So, you know, this is something which is a bias that is created in the minds of the people when they come with certain expectations out of the fresher. But times have changed. There are more professional HRs coming with a lot of empathy in them that we understand ये expectation गलत है हमारी, है ना? So we understand, we just want attitude to learn, okay, learnability factor and welcome on that. Fair enough?
Precisely answered, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Pradnya. Now, let's hear Mayur Bharambe's question.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Mayur. I love that background.
Thanks, ma'am. I have to ask the question that you have been in this company for almost 2 decades. So, what keeps you motivated?
ये बहुत सुंदर सवाल है। एक्चुअली में क्या हुआ है कि ये मुझसे बहुत पूछा गया कि भाई इतने साल कैसे तुम रह गई। आप you can either be a small fish in a big brand or you can be a big name in a smaller brand. I chose the latter because I wanted to be the voice of the industry. I wanted to be the change agent. मुझे इस इंडस्ट्री में बहुत पोटेंशियल दिखा, काम करने के लिए बहुत कुछ दिखा, एंड मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मुझे एब्सोल्यूट फ्रीडम देती है, नो क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड. I have to then keep that trust also. Okay,
Yes,
and that makes me really very happy, and it gives me the reason to go back to office every day. In fact, मैं nights भी spend कर जाती हूँ ऑफिस में, इतने passionate हैं हम लोग, you know, for work. क्या हर कोई ऐसे ही है मेरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में? मैं झूठ बोलूंगी अगर मैं बोलूंगी कि हर कोई ऐसा नहीं, हर कोई नहीं, because there are 4 factors that I feel actually motivates a person: पैसा, power, position, है ना, promotion,
yes,
and 5th is an immense degree of purpose. What is your purpose? अगर पर्पस आपका क्लियर है, आपके अंदर पैशन है, तो ना पैसा मैटर करता, ना पोजीशन मैटर करती है, ना पावर मैटर करता, बिकॉज ये सब तो उसके यू नो दे आर डेरिवेटिव्स ऑफ ऑल दिस. तो पैशन के साथ काम करते जाइए, मजा आ जाता है.
yes, ma'am.
है ना? So I think my passion is there for the industry and for the HR fraternity. तो आप सबके blessings से करती जा रही हूँ कुछ थोड़ा बहुत.
Yes, ma'am. You are right.
Thank you. I
Thank you
hope
so
I've
much, ma'am.
answered your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayur and ma'am. I think from this question and answer, I guess we all are building some of the strategies to crack the HR interview.
Yeah,
So-
also to add on to his question, you know, there are 2 types of purposes, that is, one is, or 2 types of goal. One is the organizational goal and one is the personal goal. अगर इनका collaboration and sync हो जाता है तो ये और भी easy हो जाता है. So organization wants to create an image and impact, and I want to contribute to that image and impact, you know. So then it becomes a very nice collaborative environment. I'm sorry I did pause you there, darling. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I would
Okay,
like
go
to
ahead.
jump in. I just want to jump in. See, in marketing, we have heard about 3 Ks and 4 Ps, but today in HR, you gave us 5 Ps. So that is very great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Snehal, continue.
Yes, sir. Next question will be from Akshay Patel. Akshay?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Akshay.
So I want to ask a question of, I often fumble when I answer this question, that where do you see yourself in next 5 years, or what what is your long-term goal?
हाँ, so अगर आपके लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स क्लियर होंगे तो आप कभी फंबल नहीं करेंगे. ओके और ये सिर्फ आपकी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई मुझसे भी पूछे इन दिस वूका वर्ल्ड, हमें यही नहीं पता कि कंपनी किधर जाने वाली है, आप हमसे क्या पूछ रहे हैं, पर अपन ऐसे बोल नहीं सकते, करेक्ट? हम ऐसा बोल नहीं सकते, we can't be that candid with an interview. So I would love if I get an answer as an HR professional that in this book my aspirations, आप आपके aspiration बता सकते हैं, that I want to be CIO, CTO, CISO, आपका जो भी aspiration है, maybe not in 5 years, but say sir in 10 years, I want to reach at that level. Okay, in that, yes, I have my smaller milestones that I would like to touch upon given the progression plan or the career trajectory that the company has planned for me. However, in this VUCA world, things seem to be very uncertain, but I'm willing to take the risk and I'm willing to take the challenges and I'm ready to walk. इसमें आपने clearly भी कुछ नहीं बोला और आपने सब कुछ बोल भी दिया, है ना? So it is all about managing your answers well, which can create a buy-in. तो आपने clearly ये बता दिया कि भाई मुझे वहां पहुंचना है, but uncertainties की वजह से अगर मैं नहीं पहुंच पाता हूँ, but I am ready to take the challenges. Finished.
Thank you.
Welcome. Are you not satisfied? तो अपन और बात कर सकते हैं. आप पूछते जाइए बेटा. You see, don't leave this without being satisfied. If you have a sub question, बिल्कुल पूछिए.
No, it's clear.
ऐसा मत बोलिए कि देवेंद्र जी बैठे तो पूछने.
डॉक्टर सौम्या वो थोड़ा वैसा सीरियसली his look is like that only.
अरे यार हम बूढ़े होने आ रहे हैं, हम ऐसे नहीं है. All right, fair enough. Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call Bhushan Chaudhary to proceed with his question. Bhushan.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Bhushan.
My question to you is, ma'am, that beyond the soft skills required to successfully perform this job, what are the beyond the hard skills which are required to perform this job? What are the soft skills would serve the company and the position best?
So, this is again a very nice question, Bhushan. So, आपने पहले hard skills बोला तो मैं hard skills के बारे में बता देती हूँ.
Yes, ma'am.
एक ये होता है कि आप professionals हैं. So, ये मत सोचिए कि मैंने एक C-DAC से certification program कर लिया है, एक degree ले ली तो भाई life अब okay है. ऐसा नहीं है. For example, I have done my PhD already in e-com. Correct? I'm still pursuing my masters in psychology. Monday से मेरा 7-day certification course है in NLP, and then I will also be doing my second PhD, God willing, in psychology. So learning के लिए रुकिए मत. ये आपकी hard skills की बात हो गई. And then आपको पता है software industry में, IT industry में, there's constant churn of new languages coming. एक बड़ी मजेदार बात हुई. Okay? So टांग खींचते हैं हमारे यहाँ, हम तो जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी वाले लोग हैं, हमें क्या समझ में आता है कि आप C++ बोल रहे, जावा बोल रहे, HTML बोल रहे, पाइथन बोल रहे, हम कुछ समझ नहीं आता. तो हमारे जो IT हेड हैं वो खड़े होके बोल रहे हैं किसी और को, किसी ने कुछ लंबी फेंकी होगी, दूसरा HOD होता है ना कि भाई तेरे से ज्यादा मुझे पता है, तो उसने बोला कि अभी तू नया क्या कर रहा है. सो माय IT हेड ने बोला अभी तो फिलहाल मैं पाइथन किया. पाइथन तू अभी कर रहा है, वो तो बहुत पुराना, 10 साल पुराना है. तो बोला नहीं एक्चुअली पाइथन नहीं, वेरी स्ट्रेट फेस ही से, पाइथन नहीं मैं एनाकोंडा कर रहा हूँ. बोलता हाँ मैंने भी सुना है मेरे कोलीग से, दिस इज अ न्यूज थिंग दैट हैज कम, एनाकोंडा. अब वो मेरी तरफ देख रहे हैं, मैं उनकी तरफ देख रही हूँ, बाप रे जो हम हंसना चालू किए हैं. बट आपको ऐसे भी लोग मिलेंगे.
यस मैम.
है ना? तो आप आपके जो हार्ड स्किल्स हैं उनको बहुत सॉलिड रखिए. कीप योरसेल्फ अपडेटेड विथ व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड इन द मार्केट. ठीक है. अब आ गई सॉफ्ट स्किल्स की बात. सो सॉफ्ट स्किल्स में ये होता है, हाउ वुड यू सेल. सो यू सेल योरसेल्फ, यू सेल अ कॉन्सेप्ट, यू सेल अ प्रोजेक्ट, है ना? वो buy-ins आप कैसे create कर सकते हैं कि भाई हमने अगर आपने आके हमको बोला कि this ERP program is very good, Soumya, you should go in for this ERP program. मैंने कहा पागल है क्या, 10 crore लगने वाले हैं. What are you going to give me? So are you ready with that project?
Yes.
You know, आपके पास पूरा project dossier एकदम ready है क्या? So soft skills में ये होता है आपकी power of negotiation, convincing कितनी strong है. अगर आप वो रखते हैं तो भाई ग्रुप में भी मजा आ जाता होता है ना, ग्रुप में भी अपन खड़े होते हैं यार एक बार है ना रुक जा यार, भूषण से पूछ लेते हैं, उसने अगर हाँ बोला ना तो अपन जॉब पे अप्लाई करते हैं. So what is Bhushan? Bhushan is my influencer. तो डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में इन्फ्लुएंसर्स की तो चल रही है, इन्फ्लुएंसर बनो ना.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, Bhushan.
Thank you, Bhushan. Thank you, ma'am. And the last point was valid.
Correct.
So the next question will be asked by our beloved training and placement officer. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Snehal. You are doing a wonderful and benevolent job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Dr. Soumya, this is a question, I think so. There are two kind of interviews I have seen from the HR perspective. One goes for quick 5 minutes, Danadan select or reject, or I have seen there are HR personnel who take and spend a lot of time with the interviewee. So, jo chat mangni padbya hai na, they always ask this question: why should we hire you?
Correct.
So that is my question. What they expect from a candidate in next 1 minute? What need to be said? That why should we hire you? That is what.
So check mangni padbya mein Davinder ji ye hota hai ki Harvard studies shows that in first 30 seconds you will like a person and you will respect the person.
Yep.
So 30 seconds it's already decided. That means the fate has been sealed. तो उसमें वो चटपट पूछते हैं. अब आप चाहे उनके हिसाब का आंसर दे, चाहे अपने हिसाब का आंसर दे, their decision is made. Correct? So why should we hire you? अगर किसी ने पूछा है आपसे, so first is you have to learn to subordinate yourself, which is I am a knowledge sponge. I have acquired my academic credentials. I would love to explore it in a corporate world. With you giving me a chance and under the tutelage and guidance and mentorship, I would love to explore what I have learned in my academic pursuits and translate it into my professional, career aspirations. And that's about it. इतना ही छोटा आंसर देना है.
Yeah. Because all those multinational companies, when they do come to our campus processes, 90% weightage is given to the technical front, to be on a very honest side. But nowadays, all this, the unicorn startups, the product-based companies, they are not letting go the HR interview very soon.
Correct.
And for your information, over a period of time, we have seen that I have observed that the technical people itself, they have transformed them into the HR fraternity. So they are having their BTech BE degree and then masters from some top-notch institutes in India. Correct. So this is one question which is asked by every company these days. And thank you that you have given a right path, that use your credentials, academic credentials, what you have learned, you are mastered, and how you are going to utilize that if given an opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Soumya. Over to you, Snehal.
Just to add to what you mentioned, unicorns में ये होता है, they also are trying to sense and feel your commitment with them.
Yeah.
क्योंकि उन लोग के पास अभी तक के कोई footage नहीं होती है, to stand on terra firma. मतलब जमीन के ऊपर खड़े होने के पास उनके पास सिर्फ investors होते हैं, वो भी कुछ समय बाद. So अगर आप convinced हैं, उनको ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये आदमी इतना passionate है, आदमी में मतलब don't get into the gender, but this person is so passionate about, that this person will stick on with the cause. Then they will hire you. और जो MNCs हैं, उनके पास तो फिर options होते हैं. So they will go with the answer that they are soliciting, which they already have with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for that question, Davinder.
Thank you, ma'am. Snehal, please continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, sir, for note downing the points for us. Yeah, so the Mayur Nikam wants to know something about confidence. So over to you, Mayur.
Thank you, Snehal. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayur.
So, ma'am, my question is this: how to keep a confidence throughout the interview process, and means how to deal with the question related to salary expectations.
Okay. First thing is confidence is something which is very internal to you. तो अब क्या होता है, आप वहां पर इस मानसिकता के साथ जा रहे हैं कि भाई मुझे ये चाहिए, तो चाहिए में क्या हो जाता है, डेस्परेशन आ जाता है. आप उस मानसिकता के साथ जाइए ही मत. आप ये जाइए कि आई एम हियर टू गिव माय बेस्ट. Result is an output of whatever happens. For example, हमारी जो ओल्ड स्कूल ऑफ थॉट्स थी दैट यूज्ड टू से कि भाई अरे इतने कम नंबर आए हैं, बहुत महा यूजलेस, बेवकूफ, गधा बच्चा है. 3 घंटे किसी का इंटेलिजेंस नहीं नाप सकता. हो सकता है उस वक्त वो बच्चा नर्वस हो गया हो, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है. करेक्ट. आपको सिर्फ एक विनिंग माइंडसेट क्रिएट करना है. वो विनिंग माइंडसेट आप कैसे क्रिएट करेंगे? If you are well researched, मैंने पहले भी अपने statements में बोला, if you have researched about the organization well, you know their depth, you know their breadth, आपको उसी में खेलना है. Correct? So research the organization. चाहे वो Facebook के थ्रू करें, चाहे आप through different medias करें, चाहे आप आपके C-DAC के alumni network से करें. Now coming to the point of salary negotiation. If you have 2 or 3 years of experience, salary negotiator करके एक वेबसाइट है, वहां पर जाके आप देखिए कि आपको आपके X amount of skill sets with X amount of years of experience staying in a particular city आपकी क्या वैल्यू है. ओके, और उसके आसपास आप बात कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. कंपोनेंट्स पूछिए, फिक्स्ड कितना है, वेरिएबल्स कितना है. ओके, व्हाट इज इट दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर डेफिनेशन इज CTC. बहुत सी कंपनीज लाइक अस, वी पुट द लीव्स ओके एज पार्ट ऑफ द CTC. बहुत सी कंपनीज जो गवर्नमेंट एंटेल्ड कंपनीज हैं या गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर्ड कंपनी है, वो उसको बाहर रखती हैं. ना घूम फिर के आपका गणित एक ही होता है. The sum is the same. It is the way that they are presenting. Correct? So ये आपके ऊपर है कि आप उस वक्त क्या देखना चाह रहे हैं. आपको कंपोनेंट्स नहीं समझ में आ रहा है उस वक्त, आप उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करिए, may I note it down, because most of the time companies will not give you the paper, because the moment they give you the paper it becomes an offer. So you ask them, may I write down? Come back, speak to Davinder ji. ये दे रहे हैं वो, सर क्या करूं? Reach out to anyone known in the HR fraternity. They will help you. है ना? And we will make you understand. कई बार उन लोग वेरिएबल 60% देते हैं और फिक्स्ड 40% देते हैं. I find that a fraud. क्योंकि वो वेरिएबल्स इतना ज्यादा अगर कोई कर दिया और आपका टारगेट नहीं मिस हुआ और आपको CTC 12 लाख की दिखा रहे हो, घूम फिर के आपको कितना मिलने वाला है? 5.5 लाख 4 लाख मिलने वाला, तो कोई मतलब नहीं है. करेक्ट? क्योंकि वो कंपोनेंट इतना हाई है ना. सो ये देविंदर जी को अप्रोच करिए कि सर ये ऐसा बोल रहे हैं, क्या करें. ही इज योर बेस्ट एडवोकेट. ही विल take it up with the organization. Of course, he's got the most toughest job, Bapre.
So true.
ठीक है. I hope I've answered your question, Bidam.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Mayuresh. Now, ma'am, you can take a little relief because this is the last question we have.
No, आप उसके अलावा भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. मैं absolutely open to it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Soham Kothari, you can proceed. Hello, Soham.
So before Soham asks, I would like to tell you, Dr. Soumya, Soham is a guy who has completed his printing technology engineering.
Wow.
And he is here fighting with the other CSIT and non-CSIT background. So that's a big challenge he has taken in the last 6 months.
Awesome. Wow.
Yes. Soham, if you are there, please continue. I think he missed the train this time.
I think so too.
No problem. So I would like to take the question on behalf of Soham.
Sure.
What is the role of a HR person while doing the recruitment process, and how does the HR help new joinees in the organization?
So recruitment process में तो यही होता है that we are there to sell the organization to you. Correct? So we are there to first sell the organization to you, create a mind map in you about the organization, and third is to sell that job to you. Okay, as a prospect. So you are my prospect at that point of time. So this is the basic thing that HR does during the recruitment process. Uske baad, we get into the evaluation techniques. So first is I'm selling it, then I'm going to evaluate you whether you are the right buy for me. Correct? When I get into the right buy, then I get into are you the right price as a product to me? So then I get into the salary negotiation, and then I will onboard you, which becomes that now the deal is sealed. We are now part of each other's synergies in an ecosystem, which is organization. So this is the role of HR in the recruitment. Now, how does HR help the joinees in the company? So अगर आप फिर से मैं शादी का एग्जांपल लेती हूँ क्योंकि बड़ा सा हम सास बहू के सीरियल्स बहुत देखते हैं। तो रिमेंबर वो बहू अपने सास अपने कमर की चाबी देती है अपनी बहू को, आज से घर तुम संभालो, है ना? उसको किचन में ले जाती है, सबसे पहले कुछ मीठा बनाओ, ओके? फिर उसमें बोलती है पता ससुर जी को ना डायबिटीज है बेटा, शुगर फ्री यूज करना, हाँ? और मेरे लाडले को है ना बादाम जरा ज्यादा पसंद है, थोड़े बादाम डाल लेना. What is she doing? Induction.
Correct.
Correct. She's introducing you to the culture. She's sensitizing you to the people. She's giving you the preferences. Okay. And she is hand-holding you. कोई बात नहीं मम्मी जी, घी जल गया, कोई बात नहीं बेटा, मैं हूं ना, इसमें ना बच्चा ऐसे कर दो, घी नहीं जलता है, फिर सोंधी खुशबू आ रही है, फिर है ना जाके अपने हस्बैंड ने जला हुआ खाना रहेगा, बड़ी सोंधी खुशबू आ रही है. That is what HR does. Conflicts को ease out कर देता है. Correct? So this is the role of HR, where we introduce you to the system, to the culture, to the people, and make you aware as your position in that ecosystem. कि आपको करना क्या है? How are you going to contribute to the environment? That's the only thing that HR does. So हम आपको introduce करते हैं from recruitment to retirement. अगर retrenchment हुआ तो भी हम हैं आपके साथ. So end to end, we are there. In between, we give you to the people to, for them to create your career path. That's what the HR's role is in the organization. In a simple word, I have just told you.
I would like to just mention one thing.
Yes, sir.
We have heard, particularly these students have heard almost 5 to 6 speakers in the last 6 months. I have heard almost 100+ speakers in the last month, including you thrice.
Wow. Yeah.
I must appreciate, see the way you are explaining to these kids. No one can imagine that you are a PhD holder, you are a double postgrad, you are just taking the bare minimum examples. So like, I don't know, I don't want to add more things because it will go on and on. Thank you so much for these very lenient examples, how we connect with each other. I personally feel that this is the right approach of an HR person, and I believe that people should learn. If they go on, see this video uploaded on our YouTube channel, they should learn from you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
thank you.
Very good, very good. Yeah, Snehal, continue.
Thank you so much, sir and ma'am, and especially that Sas Bahu example is really nice. I can feel that because I'm married.
Cool.
So actually, the questions are over, and we are really glad to have you here. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. If anyone has any questions, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm always there for all the students.
Yeah. So, Dr. Soumya, we have a ekdam tadka wala question from one of our brightest student of C-DAC Mumbai. So, with your permission.
Yes, please.
Hitesh.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that. So, whenever we are answering or communicating with someone, we always seek for affirmation. And as you said earlier, that sometimes HR is trying to test our patience. So, how do we come to know that HR is trying to test our patience, or rather we are on the right track of answering?
So first thing is कि आप किसी का affirmations लेना चाह रहे हैं तो पहले तो आप tables turn करना सीखिए. किसी की तरफ आप smile करके ऐसे ऐसे करना चालू करेंगे ना. See, you nodded. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the first thing. That means what? You are creating कि आप और मैं एक हैं. Devinder ji is also nodding. So ये बड़ा natural होता है. People जिनके साथ engaged होते हैं उनके साथ एक eye contact बना के हम उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहते हैं. अब वो क्या होता है, प्रेशर जब स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू होता है तो उसमें भी ये होता है कि वो आपको खुद का रिफ्लेक्शन बनाना चाहते हैं. डिसआर्म कर दीजिए, स्माइल लाइए, यू आर ब्यूटीफुल, स्माइल लाइए और नॉड करना चालू कीजिए. दे विल वॉक द वे यू वांट टू स्ट्रिंग देम, है ना. दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ न्यूरो लिंग्विस्टिक प्रोग्रामिंग. Okay, it is a trick of psychology. Okay, you need to use bits of it when you go there. That's about it, beta. I hope I've answered you, Hitesh.
Yes, ma'am. That was a very good tip, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if I'm not wrong, Dr. Soumya, it's an art also to how to drive your interview.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes ये भी होता है कि नए बच्चों को इंटरव्यू लेने के लिए भेज दिया जाता है जो नए HR में आए. अरे अब तो मैं बताऊंगा. ये भी होता है, you know. So उस वक्त you just deal कि यार अपन सब एक जैसे ही हैं. Just start nodding, they'll be in your side.
Correct. Yeah. So with this, thank you, Snehal, and thank you all the participants, those who have raised their doubts and got cleared. If you are not cleared, it means aap sab so rahe the, because I am very much cleared with all the doubts, and it will help me because their campus is going to start in April end. It is going to help me to brush up again for them.
Absolutely.
So with this, we are done with the QA part, and I particularly feel कि ये समय ऐसे ही चलता रहे, but then we have to continue with our process as well.
Absolutely.
Now I'll request Pranav Sharma to come ahead and propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. And what a wonderful evening it was, ma'am. Let me tell you, I was so thrilled to be a part of this opportunity and to be a part of this wonderful event, ma'am.
Thank you.
I would like to, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to extend my gratitude, heartfelt gratitude to you. And thank you so much, ma'am, for coming in today. Ma'am, just wanted to add a couple of points. The proficiency of your lecture was a clear reflection of the knowledge and the expertise that you bring along with you, ma'am. And to be able to sit at our homes and attend such amazing events, I think is the true, the most beautiful experience that one can have, ma'am. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of everyone over here, ma'am.
Thank you
so much, ma'am. And ma'am, you came at the right time, just a couple of, just few weeks before our placements, like the sir said. We are expecting our placements to start in April. And ma'am, you mentioned a couple of things like, how to turn the tables, how to be prepared for the interview. And the most important thing, and ma'am, the thing that I'll take along with me is the final filter that you mentioned, that rejection is nothing but redirection. Those words were beautiful, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. These were swirling in our heads for a very long time, ma'am. Ma'am, I have to admit, throughout the session, my eyebrows were always up. because the things that you brought into your organizations and the changes that you have made, the policies and all, That's actually a big inspiration for us, ma'am. And thank you so much, ma'am. And our faculty members, the superstar, as always, C-DAC Mumbai, always put in a lot of efforts and love into making the whole process smooth and a well-oiled machine. Thank you so much, Davinder sir and Dr. Johnson sir, and all the faculty for this wonderful event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pranav. It was lovely hearing you after a long time. Normally, Dr. Soumya, I don't interact with them over a period of time. I just let them to brush up and brace them, and बाद में हम जाके fighting करते हैं campus में. Yes. Before we wind up, I would like to tell you the glances of this particular event. I still have 54 participants, and that is a very good achievement for us. So I can say proudly that this is a mega event and a mega blast event.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much. And before we close down the curtain, I would certainly request you, if you can give them a quick booster regarding life and how to deal with that.
Okay, so देखिए आपकी लाइफ में storms आते रहेंगे. There'll be number of storms. For first, women, you are professional. तो ये मत बोलिए कि professionals का gender नहीं होता. तो ये मत बोलिए मेरे को यहाँ पर posting नहीं चाहिए, वहाँ पर posting चाहिए, जहाँ मिली वहाँ जाइए. Okay, so एक ये बहुत important thing है. Second, like every human being, we will be subjected to storms. I have weathered many personal storms, but for every storm, there was a Noah who carefully built his ark.
Correct.
Be that Noah. Select what you want in your ark, and you will have success touching your feet. है ना? So बहुत अच्छे से वो ark build कीजिए. Thank you.
Yeah. So one last thing. I would request all the participants here in this meet to kindly keep your video on. Let's have a photograph session, and then we are done with this mega event. I would request everyone to keep themselves, their video on, all of you. And who will do the honor by clicking the pictures?
Will do, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
Screenshots, yes. Okay, so I'm expecting cheese from everyone, right?
Done?
Done, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Soumya, for being a part of our HR and interview Katta. We will definitely look forward for more sessions from your end. Absolutely. And I hope if you have requirements for our brightest students, please do disturb me. And I will disturb you for sure.
बिल्कुल करेंगे. इस साल कुछ करते हैं.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you.
So
thank you, boys and girls. Men and women, have a wonderful, fabulous evening, whatever you want to do. Okay? मजे कीजिए, weekend है.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Take care.
Hello, sir.